ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಮೈಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ INP. I am Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Government Arts and Science College, Karwar. Today now I am going to presenting one of the important subject, that is financial market and institution. First semester DCOM, which is affiliated to Karnataka University, Dharwad. The e-content session number is 41. The topic is NBFC, meaning, function and growth of NBFC. The lesson objectives are to understand the meaning, historical background, the various committees formed of NBFC. Number 2, to know the growth and development of NBFC. Number 3, to understand the regulation of NBFC. Number 4, to understand the role and functions of NBFC. The learning outcomes are, after this chapter, the student will able to understand meaning, historical background, various committees formed of NBFC. The student will able to know the growth and development of NBFC. The student will able to understand the regulations of NBFC, and finally the student will able to understand the role or functions of NBFC. Meaning of NBFC. The NBFC stands for non-banking financial companies. It is a company registered under the Companies Act of 1956, engaged in business of loans and advances, acquisition of shares, stocks, bonds, debenture, securities issued by government or local authority or other marketable securities of a like nature, leasing, hire purchase, insurance business, chit business, but doesn't include any institution whose principal business is that agriculture activity, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods other than securities, providing any services and sale or purchase or construction of immovable property. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕೇತರ ಹಣಕಾಸು ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂತೂ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಹಣಕಾಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಸಾಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳು ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡೋದಾದರೆ, ಎ ನಾನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ institution which is a company and as a principal business of receiving the deposit under any scheme or arrangement in one lump sum or installment by way of contribution or any other manner is also a non-banking financial companies. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕೇತರ ಹಣಕಾಸು ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಂತಂದರೆ ಠೇವಣಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಂದ ಸ್ವೀಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ರಾಹಕನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಗೃಹೋಪಯೋಗಿ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆಯ ಒಂದು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಾವಧಿ ಮತ್ತು ದೀರ್ಘಾವಧಿ ಸಾಲದ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯವನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಹಕನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಸಿಗುವಂತೆ ನಾವು ಹಣಕಾಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ನಾವು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯವನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕೇತರ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು, ದ ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. The Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 was amended on 1st December 1964 by the Reserve Bank Amendment Act 1963 to include provisions relating to non-banking institution receiving the deposit and financial institution. With a view to review the existing framework and address these shortcomings, various committees were formed and reports were submitted by them. The various committees of these non-banking financial committees are James Raj Committee formed in the year of 1974. Next, Dr. A.C. Shah Committee 1992. Vasudev Committee formed under 1998. These are all the main committees are existing regarding for NBFC. Next, I'm moving to the growth and development of NBFC. In the last 2 decades, the capital market in India has witnessed significant development. The volume of capital market transaction has increased sharply. Functioning has been diversified to influencing of new venture capital, new financial instrument, new financial market. When is existing capital market, money market, then short-term market, medium market, and long-term market, primary market, and secondary market. These are all the development of the market in stock, exchange, etc. So the NBFCs also developing in the activities in the market level. So there are various regulations coming to the NBFCs. The NBFCs are allowed to take public deposit for a minimum period of 12 months and maximum period of 60 months. ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 12 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಗರಿಷ್ಠ 60 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಇವರು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ರಿಸೀವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಕನಿಷ್ಠ. These companies are not allowed to accept deposit which are repayable on demand. Next, the NBFC cannot offer the interest rate higher than the ceiling rate is prescribed by the Reserve Bank of India from time to time. Reserve Bank of India ಏನು ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಅಧಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಟು ದ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್. ಯಾರು ಠೇವಣಿದಾರ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎನಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಾರದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರ್ಡ್. ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ಗೆ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Next, the NBFC must have minimum investment grade credit rating. Minimum investment depends on ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಇದು ಇರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ಹೂಡಿಕೆ. ದ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ದ NBFC. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ NBFC ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಭರವಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದು ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಷ್ಟು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಐ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ರೋಲ್ ಆರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ NBFC. Number 1, the main functions of NBFC is reduce hoarding. That means NBFC collecting the saving of the people and lend to various parties by the way of bring the savers and lenders together. While doing this, they promote the saving and investment habit among the people and reduce hoarding. Number 2 is helps the business sector. Finance is the blood of an organization of any business activity. NBFI helps the business sector by financing through loans, mortgage, purchase of bonds, shares, etc. Thus, they facilities investment in plant, equipment, or maybe inventories. Number 3 is helps the central, state, and local government. Due to welfare state function, the activities of the government have increased manifold, which is necessitates huge fund. NBFI helps central funds and local bodies by purchasing their bonds and by selling and purchasing the securities of the government. Provide liquidity. NBFI provide liquidity when they convert an asset into the cash easily, quickly, without loss of value in terms of money. What do you mean by the liquidity? Dravatva anta ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Liquidity means which is any asset can easily convertible into cash. That is an liquidity. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು next, brokers of loanable funds. They play important role as a broker of loanable funds. They act as an intermediation between the ultimate savers and ultimate investor. Savers and investor ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಇದು ಹೊಂದಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. NBFI is to providing and development like transportation such are road transport, railway transport, and air transport and water transport. It is very helpful to them, and also infrastructure, that is economic activity. Okay, then next, the substantially employment generation. NBFI providing an employment generation to the society. Next, help and increase wealth creation. It increases of wealth creation into the society. Next, the broad-based economic development. The NBFI providing facilities to the customer to automatically to improvement of the economic development of the country. Next, the major thrust on semi-urban, rural area and first-time buyer users. NBFI providing not only in urban area and also providing the loans and advances to semi-urban, rural areas and also first-time buyer users. It is very useful for them. Next, to finance economically weaker section. So NBFI providing the finance to the weaker section, normally for a lower level group of people. So these are all the various reference books I collected.